God damn, it's raining like crazy. Shit, I can be outside for once. I got a whole squad of bumblebees. They be flying around here crazy. So I gotta run from the car straight into the house. Or they might get me. But anyway, hey, so Danny Garcia feeling very comfortable in himself, I guess. And with his chances when it comes to him versus Errol Spence. And he was supposed to already fight him before, even before the Sean Porter fight. I think they already had that fight all set up, where the winner of that fight was going to take on Danny Garcia, and and Danny Garcia should get that fight. He's one of the people who helped build PBC to where it's at today. He's basically one of the veterans, one of the OGs. So basically, when it comes to taking care of their own, you know what I'm saying, or they're gonna make sure he's taking care of what he's done when it comes to the sport, and what he's done when it comes to this organization, and what he's done as far as helping build them to where they're at right now. Um, this happens a lot. Like, somebody will get into a ring with somebody and they'll have some kind of success, and then other people will see that success and be like, all right, yeah, he did this, so I can do the same, or I can do better. You know what I mean? They get into this mental space where they believe that, okay, yeah, all right, I can go in there and really do something. But sometimes that might not necessarily end up being the case. Marquez knocked out Manny Pacquiao, was able to flatline him, and Manny Pacquiao was able to beat, um, what the hell's that boy's name? Ball-headed boy, Timothy Bradley. He was, even though they gave the win to, to whatever, to Bradley, everybody knew that Manny Pacquiao won that particular fight. So Marquez was looking at like, hey, Manny was able to do that to him. I'm going to be able to do the same, if not better, against him. And when he got in there with the ring with Bradley, it ended up being a completely different case. It was a completely different fight. Um, this might be one of those type of situations, just due to the fact that, you know, Earl Spence does have layers to his game. We've seen that he can move and he can box, like he did against Mikey Garcia. So we know he does have that in his arsenal. He just chose not to use that against Sean Porter. He said he's going to go straight at Sean Porter. He's going to try to knock out Sean Porter, and that's what he did. He did exactly what he said he was going to do. So it made the fight, I guess you could say, I don't know, necessarily tougher than it needed to be, just because I'm not sure if with a Sean Porter, if he would have been able to necessarily fight him differently with Sean Porter pushing the pace away that he did. But he went in there, he banged out, and he ended up putting that man to the ground. Almost stopping him. He almost stopped him. So, I mean, it's good that Danny has that confidence. I mean, he's a veteran. He's been there a long time. It's good that he believes in himself. And the main thing I'm really interested in, if the fight does happen next, and they do fight, because I still think this might be still a chance of Manny Pacquiao fighting Earl Spence. I still think there might be a chance of that particular fight happening. But if it doesn't happen, and these two dudes do end up in the ring with each other, we gonna see. I'm really interested more in the numbers. I want to see what that gate is. I want to see what those pay-per-view numbers are like. I want to see the hype around the fight, because supposedly, according to Bob Arum, hey, there's no point in investing money in a Danny Garcia fight when it comes to Terence Crawford. There's no point in investing money in a Sean Porter fight. When it comes to Terence Crawford. And they said that's even before Sean Porter took on Earl Spence. And we saw the success that particular fight was. So I just think it's going to be one of those situations where it's going to show, as far as Terence Crawford's being moved and the things they're doing as far as career, it's going to just show another situation where you're like, that could have been Crawford. That could have been Crawford starting being pushed up, making a substantial extra money due to that gate, due to those concessions, what I'm saying, due to those merch sales. I don't know if he has any television rights, but you're talking still about a substantial amount of money and notoriety that could be brought upon him that now Earl Spence has taken again. You know what I mean? Something that he could have actually had. So I'm really interested in that, and then I'm also going to be interested in seeing what's up with Earl Spence. People can say, look at him, his little mitt work, and oh yeah, he got his weight down and everything, but we're not going to really know what's up with that man until he's in that ring. When you're in that ring, it's a completely different situation. That's why I kind of shake my head at people who's like, oh, look at Mike Tyson. Look at the way he's boxing. Look at the way he's moving the ring. Mike Tyson gets to a ring with any mid-level fighter, he's going to get knocked out. That's just what it is. he's going to get the brakes beat out of him. He's going to get knocked out. The dude's like 152 years old, 6 months, 2 days, and 3 hours, and 44 seconds, 45 seconds, 46 seconds. He's old. He ain't got no business being in any ring, period. You know what I mean? But, so we're going to have to see what's up with Earl Spence. You know, after, horrific accident he did have, you don't know. I don't care what anybody says. Somebody could say, oh, yeah, this man is healthy. He's strong. He's back to normal. Yeah, okay, I've heard that a million times. And when they got into the ring, wasn't the case. Where you're like, ooh, yeah, he definitely should have taken a tune-up. He definitely should have taken some time off. We've seen that a million times. So it's going to kind of basically, we'll get to see. And against a strong opponent. This ain't no light touch, no nothing. You're going to see what this man is, built and what it's made of against a strong opponent. And Danny Garcia is no easy win. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter didn't have an easy win against him. It was a close fight. Keith Thurman didn't have an easy win against him. You know what I mean? Amir Khan and Lucas Matisse will tell you about him. So it ain't no easy breezy type of win. You know what I mean? It might get ugly there at times. If he catches you with that hook of his, you're in trouble. You're going to be absolutely in trouble. So we'll see what happens when it comes to the two. Danny, if they fight next, we'll get to see, I guess I see something 2.0, like Eagle said. I see something 2.0. We'll see if he sees something or if this ends up being another Mikey Garcia, shutout 2.0 type of situation. But for now, like, subscribe, share. I'm out.